of an old countryside house. Every creak of the wooden floor echoes like a memory calling his name. He looks up the staircase, and there she stands. Zara, his childhood friend's older sister, in the same white dress she wore the night everything changed. Her eyes glisten with tears as she whispers, voice trembling yet certain. "You came back for me, didn't you?" Ian's throat tightens. The camera slowly pans to his hand, he's holding a faded photograph. 3 kids smiling in the sunlight, and one empty space between them. Cut to black. The narrator's voice begins softly, "Some memories don't fade, they wait for you to come back." It had been 12 years since Ian last visited the small town of Kashmir Valley, a place wrapped in mountains and echoes of monsoon laughter. Life had pulled him far away, college, city lights, and a career that buried his heart under deadlines. But when he heard that Faraz, his childhood best friend, had passed away in a sudden accident, something inside him broke open. The news hit like thunder. Ian hadn't spoken to Faraz in years, not since that night. Not since Zara had looked at him with eyes full of something he didn't understand, something he ran from. Now, returning for the funeral, the past clung to every corner of his memory. The old streets, the rusted bicycles still chained outside Faraz's house, and the scent of the rain-soaked earth all reminded him of the summer when everything had changed. As Ian entered the house, he saw people dressed in mourning, soft prayers echoing. Faraz's mother, once so full of laughter, now sat silent, her gaze distant. He bent down, kissed her hand, and whispered, "Auntie, I'm sorry. I should have been here." Her lips trembled. "You boys grew up together, Ian, he always said you'd come back someday." He waited. Ian's chest tightened. He turned toward the staircase, the same one where, years ago, he had seen Zara crying under the dim light. He remembered that night vividly. The argument between Zara and her father. The sound of breaking glass. And her whisper to him, "Don't go, Ian, please." But he did go. And he never came back. Until now. As the evening turned to night, the house emptied, leaving behind a heavy silence. Ian walked up the stairs slowly, his footsteps echoing. He stopped halfway when he heard it, a soft humming, a tune he hadn't heard in years. It was Zara's song. The one she used to sing when they watched the rain together. He followed the sound. And there she was, standing by the window, looking exactly the same, yet completely different. Her hair longer, eyes tired, but still holding that warmth that had once made him believe in something beyond words. When she turned and saw him, her lips parted. For a moment, neither spoke. Then she whispered, trembling, "You came back for me, didn't you?" Ian froze. The weight of 12 years crashed over him. He wanted to say yes, but his voice broke. "I came back for Faraz," he managed to say. A small smile curved her lips, but it was the kind that hides pain. "I know," she said softly. "But he's gone, Ian. And you're still here." The rain outside grew heavier, like the sky itself was listening. That night, they sat together for hours, sharing memories of childhood mischief, stolen mangoes, and the way Faraz used to tease them. But underneath every laugh was an unspoken question: why did you leave? Before going to sleep, Zara handed him a small envelope. "Faraz left this for you," she said. Inside was a letter, written just days before the accident. It read, "If you ever come back, tell Zara the truth. She deserves to know what you never said." Ian's heartbeat quickened. What truth? His hands trembled as the thunder rolled outside. And he knew, tomorrow, everything would come undone. The next morning dawned gray and silent. The storm had passed, but the world still smelled of rain and memories. Ian walked to the backyard, the old treehouse still stood there, fragile but stubborn. That's where their childhood began. And maybe, he thought, that's where it should end too. Zara found him sitting there, holding the letter again. She climbed up slowly, like she used to, and sat beside him. He handed her the letter. She read it in silence, her hands shaking. "Ian," she said softly, "what did he mean? What truth?" He took a deep breath. His voice cracked as he spoke. 12 years ago, the night I left, I wasn't just running from this town. I was running from my feelings. For you. Her eyes widened. For me? He nodded, tears filling his eyes. I loved you, Zara. I still do. But you were my best friend's sister, and I was afraid of what it would do to us. So I left. And when Faraz found out, he got angry. That's why we stopped talking. That's why I never came back. Zara's lips trembled as tears streamed down her cheeks. He told me, she whispered. The day before the accident, he said. If Ayan ever returns, tell him I forgive him. And tell him to stay this time. Ayan broke down. All those years of guilt and silence spilled out. They sat in the rain, crying, laughing, remembering. Two broken pieces that had waited too long to be whole again. That evening, they lit a small lantern by the treehouse, a tribute to Faraz. The flame flickered, reflected in Zara's eyes as she whispered. Maybe he brought you back, Ayan. Maybe love never really leaves. Ayan took her hand, gently. Then maybe it's time I stopped running. As the screen fades, the camera pans upward, the old house glowing softly under the moonlight, laughter echoing faintly in the wind. The narrator's voice returns. Sometimes the people we lose bring us back to the ones we were meant to find. Some goodbyes are only the beginning of a homecoming. Movie camera end message, for YouTube. A soft piano tune fades in as text appears on screen. If you've ever lost someone, or ran from love, remember, hearts don't forget. They wait.